time for another one of my rants about the IRS. I'm going to start with something positive because I think that that's a healthy thing to do in life. So one thing I really appreciate about small businesses and small business owners that are run well, the type that I myself run and the type that I like to refer business to, is accountability. I love when businesses take accountability when things happen that don't go as planned, because it doesn't necessarily mean that the business is bad or fraudulent or any of those things. Mistakes happen and things need to be addressed, and I think just being able to own up to that when mistakes are made and take responsibility and take accountability and do what's best for the client is what makes a great business and a great business owner. And I strive to do that myself in my own small business. I, of course, try not to make mistakes, but things have happened here and there over the years, and I'm so thankful for the graciousness of my clients that have stuck with me throughout. But I think part of that is because I take responsibility for it and I do whatever I can to make it right. So back to the IRS, and really like large corporations in general, one of the frustrating parts and the things that I think are lacking is accountability. And the IRS is an excellent example of an organization that has just gotten too large, and there's absolutely no one to talk to that can help much of the time. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS, which means I've taken education and passed tests to the extent that the IRS authorizes me to represent taxpayers in issues that they're having. But I can't even get a hold of anybody to help them. And so it kind of ties my hands as far as doing a good job for my clients, and it's super frustrating. Something that I've experienced a lot lately is calls getting disconnected, which is extra frustrating after you've been on hold for 1 to 2 hours through their automated systems trying to get connected with someone to begin with. For me, it usually takes a good 5 to 7 minutes for them to verify my power of attorney to make sure that I'm authorized to speak on the client's behalf. Then most of the time I'm not in the right department. The person that I've gotten a hold of can't actually help me, so they need to either transfer me or give me another phone number to call. And if that transfer miraculously goes through successfully, I'm back to square one with having to verify who I am and my authorization to speak on the client's behalf. And I get disconnected all the time, and to the point where I ask now, can I give you my phone number in case we get disconnected? And I'm told time and time again by these IRS representatives that they are not allowed to call us back if we get disconnected. And I just think that that is such bad customer service, and I don't see the point in doing that except just to be difficult and create hardship for us as taxpayers and us as professionals trying to help taxpayers. Why can't you call us back, IRS? When we get disconnected, it's usually because of your antiquated phone systems, and for us to call back and then have to wait, well, a lot of times when we call the IRS phone number, there isn't even anyone available to take the call. So that's how things usually start out. I had a client recently who was just trying to call and pay her balance. She owed $20,000 or $30,000, I think, and just had come into some money and wanted to pay it off and couldn't even get a hold of someone at the IRS to make the payment. So we call, we can't get through to someone. When we finally do get through, that's exciting, but again, it's usually at least 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minute hold time or longer. So you have to have a good chunk of time to even dedicate to trying to call the IRS before I attempt it. I have to have a good amount of time blocked out, because I don't know how many times I've gotten stuck on hold and then I have to leave in my car to go get my kid from school, and I'm not going to have the paperwork in front of me to verify, and it's very challenging. So I don't really know my point in sharing all of that with you except to just get the word out. And if you know of any resources that I can reach out to help inspire change, and is there anybody within the IRS that I could talk to about the experience that we as professionals are having and that we as taxpayers are having on our side of things when we're trying to deal with these tax issues. We're trying to address the letters that come in the mail. We're trying to help people get caught up on their filing and get their balances paid off. But when we can't talk to anyone that can help us, how are we supposed to help these clients? So a simple callback, most companies do that, right? A lot of companies ask right off the bat, what's a good phone number in case we get disconnected? I don't think that allowing the IRS agents to call us back if we get disconnected would cause any negative repercussions, right? It would just be good customer service. And in my eyes, the IRS is a large company and we are the customers, right? And paying our taxes is one of the biggest expenses that we have in our lifetime. So if we're paying all of this money, I feel like we should be provided with some level of customer service. And if the phone systems are going to disconnect us on a regular basis, allow the agents to call us back, please. Rant over for today. Thanks for listening.